Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, the Versace Stunner, with another episode of VSW. Thank you. But let's just jump right into it. All I'm going to say is The Road, Season 3, Episode 6. Holy shit. What a main event. What a display. We'll get to all of that on this episode. First matchup, though. B.A. Tatum versus Tyree Taylor. What a great matchup these two put on. Very, very physical. Very, very athletic. Both of these guys are really impressive in my book, you know. There was a very, very warm welcome, though, for, B.A. Tatum by the fans and crowd. Definitely. And they kind of started this off feeling each other out with a test of strength. A little bit of back and forth. But finally, B.A. bested him, I think, a little bit, And really, I think Tyree Taylor was getting a little frustrated in this match for a while. He kept going outside. He kept sitting, on the ring side and just needing a break. Really just kind of, just waiting for his right time moment, Making this match about him and on his clock rather than giving it to B.A. Tatum. And it was a very successful strategy in my point. It was very, very successful. We finally caught him with a few moves. And, eventually, though, these two would fight outside and the attack would go on. And, again, though, it would go back and forth a few times. Tatum, with this, amazing catch and a Bronco Buster, Hulk, that was really, I thought he had the match there at that Bronco Buster, so I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. I'm still excited from that, main event. But yeah, that Bronco Buster, when he did it, I thought he was gonna really, win the match there. And, Tatum started hulking up a bit, really making a comeback. But again, Tyree, at the end of the finisher, he rolls out the ring. And, took that little break, just that little bit needed to come back. And, and he came back strong with the lariat to B.A. Tatum and taking the victory. I don't know if it was one of his most impressive wins, but it was a win, and it was a pretty dominating match. Yes, B.A. Tatum was very, very aggressive, and there was points, like I said, that Bronco Buster, I thought it was all over for Tyree Taylor, but, Taylor's showing, it's not just about strength in the ring, but also a little bit about, what's up in your head and being smart and timing, and when to time things, and, how to work that into your match and into your success. And like I said, it worked for him. Moving on with the show, we saw Becca reviewing some more applications for the Scungy Squad. Hopefully she gets to mine soon. I am, on the list, I believe. Very exclusive club. Regardless of what people say, there are people that want to be members. There are. Then let's talk about this, though. The Everett Open Challenge. We saw that great display of power against Davion. Really impressive. Best friends now broken, bitter enemies. Everett, taking the victory. And issuing an open challenge, allowing anybody to come and challenge her. Anybody but Davion. Go figure. Maybe lightning doesn't strike twice, and that's her logic, or maybe it will. Who knows? But Tonight, somebody else did step up, though, to the challenge, straight from Flavortown, Little Mean Kathleen. She was very excited to be there, very enthusiastic to wrestle. You could see the smile in her face, just genuine joy. Always a joy also to watch Little Mean Kathleen. She's a great wrestler. I've seen her in a few different places at a few different times. Always a pleasure. She's very talented in the ring. You could see that by some of her reversals early on in the match. She was countering great with Ava. And it was almost move for move. She had a plan going into this, I think, and that was to put Ava to sleep. She worked on that sleeper hold a few times, trying to, really lock it in. I don't think it got locked in. If it did, maybe this match would have ended a little differently. But Everett, eventually overpowering Little Mean Kathleen and finishing the match off pretty abruptly with a devastating finishing move. Like I said, I can't knock Little Mean Kathleen at all. She came out very strong. She definitely had a game plan. You could see that, like I said, she wanted a submission, I think, or at least to wear Ava enough down that she would be vulnerable and more susceptible to, tapping. As that's how, Ava beat Davion. But, like I said, it just came up a little shy. And Ava Everett is Ava Everett. She is very good at what she does. We cannot deny that. We might, not like her actions in the ring and how she conducts herself, but she is one of the best that New England has. And she is definitely going places. And this open challenge is really exciting. It's showcasing a lot of females in New England. Tonight was Little Mean Kathleen. Who knows who next week will be. And it's very exciting to see. Great matchup, though, overall. Very good. We saw also a very, very kind of disturbing footage, of the competition. Champ and Connor beating up MSP, just tearing them apart in the parking lot. And tearing him apart in there and just beating them down. And then they took their phones and broke them, smashing them. And MSP looked defeated. I don't know what it was all about, but MSP looked defeated. The competition, they're not playing around anymore. They're not, playing games. They're very serious about what they're going to do in the wrestling world right now. So you know what I mean? I can't say I agree with these kind of tactics, but kudos to them for taking the first shot. Kudos for them for getting what they want and making a name for themselves. If you're going to make a name for yourselves, I was always told it should be by taking out the top, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. MSP is the top. So, like I said, kudos to the competition. Let's see where this goes in coming weeks. Maybe we'll get the tag match that we deserve and not the three-way that we got. Nothing against, the kids, but I think this feud here is more personal. We also got news, too, that Eric Johnson is returning to Limitless Wrestling. So this is another big update and something to keep our eyes peeled on, definitely. Our next matchup, though, was kind of a fun one. I have to say, Zachary Pierre Brule versus Kirby Wackerman. ZPB and Kirby Wackerman going at it. And I have to say, I haven't seen much wrestling from Kirby Wackerman before, and I was very impressed by this match. He was very impressive. Right from the get-go, I thought he got the upper hand. And really went right into start. Won this match and won this victory. And, he was very athletic. A very formidable opponent. for ZPB. And this match went outside, and it continued outside for a little bit, where these guys would battle it out. And, at one point, they both knocked each other out outside. And at this point, I was, if you just listened, you shut the commentary off. Let's just pretend you were there, live at the arena. All you could hear was the fans behind Kirby. They wanted Kirby to get up, people were supporting him. It was great to hear. I like hearing when other people chant on wrestlers, regardless on who they are. It's always great to be chanted. But yeah, they were definitely behind Kirby, and both barely made it back into the ring. And that's when the fun really began. They started a little headbutt war, both of them going back and forth, huge headbutts. Just when you thought it was done, 2 more, and 2 more, and 2 more, and more. And finally, Kirby, though, with a huge headbutt, and followed by an atomic drop. And he goes to the top rope, trying to land, a move and finish this match, and ZPB catches him. ZPB was right on top of the game, caught him. Zach tries again to kick out, doesn't get it, Again, Kirby tries again at the top for the third time. And right at the end again, ZPB was ready, moves out the way, he misses it, and hits him with the lariat, taking the victory. ZPB with a very impressive victory. As drunk as he probably was, still, able to win the match. I have to say, like I said, I haven't seen much of, Zagam in there, but I was impressed, and I hope to see more. I'm going to go look at more later on. I'm going to, YouTube it. And I always like to get familiar with new talents that I haven't seen before, people that I've only seen, once or twice. I love, watching talent wrestle. I just love it. It's great, especially people that I don't know. And that brings us to the main event of the night. Speaking of talent, 2 of the best in the industry, Becca versus Masha Slamovich. And what a freaking match this was. It started off with a huge lockup. These two were both at each other's throats, but Becca's showing, no respect, no mercy, slapping Masha across the face and trying to get the quick pin, trying to get it over and done with very fast. But you know what? That's not the way you're going to beat Masha Slamovich. You need to wear her down. You need to work her out. You need to, you need to knock her out. I don't even know if there's a way to do that, if there's a way to beat her. But you have to, it's not going to be by quick pinfalls and sneaky maneuvers. Sorry, Becca. I really am, and I'm a Scrungy fan, squad fan till I die, but that wasn't the way to go about it. And Masha was, soon able to start to dominate. And, she took, I think, some of the steam away from Becca at this point. And, Becca tried to go, again, made another error, in my opinion, and tried to go fist for fist, and you don't do that with Masha. That's not something you do with her either. And, she threw one back, and it really rocked her, really, really just, knocked her to the ground. And, I think, again, that took a lot of steam out of Becca. Yes, she was able to reverse, but, it wouldn't be for long. She tried to come back big. She was starting to hulk up a little, as I would call it. The Scrungy was running wild. She was hitting it from all corners, hitting Masha. But I don't know if it was that effective. It looked like it was, but I don't think it really was. Still that disrespect. Another big slap to Masha's face. Becca really don't care, who you are. If you're not a friend, then you're a foe, and that's it. She doesn't back down from anybody, which is, admirable. But neither does she really respect anybody. And it would go back and forth a little bit more between these two. And I thought Becca was good for it at one point. She had the pin, but it wasn't. It was a kick out again. And the crowd, I think, was a little bit torn on this. I mean, they're both pretty great athletes. And I think they're both, pretty charismatic in their own way. So, I think the crowd was pretty much split. But finally, Marshall, with the series of reversals and just she overpowered Becca with the monster powerful move and took the victory. And this shocks me. Like I said, really does. Becca's been on a streak. She's been killing it around England, and she took the L to Masha. Masha's well-deserved victory. Congratulations. That's all I can say with that. You really came out. You showed what you're worth. I read your article about you in PWI. Everything is, really right on point. And you're really making big moves in the industry. I can't wait to see what you do out there. Keep on killing it. And, nothing against Becca. Becca put on a great match. She really showed her stuff, and I just think it was just a matter at the end about power. I think Masha had a little bit more strength, a little bit more that, I don't know how to pronounce, really how to say it, but she just had more power and was able to overpower Becca. With the really, I think, an upset victory. I think a lot of people thought Becca was going to take it home tonight. A lot of members of the Scrungy Squad not too happy at the moment, that's for sure. But what are you going to do? It's wrestling. You win some, you lose some, you fight another day. Right? Isn't that how it goes? Another great episode of Limitless Wrestling The Road. Check them out on IWTV. You can watch it at any time. Subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, do so now, with code Limitless and get a free trial. You can catch all the episodes of The Road there. Catch up. Watch next week at Wednesday, 7 p.m. And catch all the Limitless action. Versace Stoner out.